This cinematic tracking shot has the incredibly smooth, weighted look of a sequence filmed in a high-end studio. But if we pull the camera back, the high-end equipment disappears. The actual setup is nothing more than a messy desk, a household hand towel, and a standard smartphone. Creating professional B-roll sequences depends on your understanding of applied physics and light control, rather than the size of your production budget. To replicate this look, you only need 4 items: a flat surface, a piece of smooth fabric, a directional desk lamp, and your phone. Learning to manage these baseline environmental variables allows you to bridge the gap between amateur footage and cinematic storytelling. To begin, lay your fabric perfectly flat across the desk. This serves as your frictionless base layer. Place your target object directly in the center of the fabric platform. To gain full control over the image, you must eliminate all ambient light. Switch off the overhead room fixtures until the scene is dark. This top-down schematic shows the precise geometry for lighting. Position your desk lamp to intersect the object at a 45-degree angle to the lens. This carves out shadows on the far side, creating the contrast needed to separate your subject from the background. Manipulating shadow rather than simply flooding a scene with light is how you generate depth in a frame. Once the set is lit, configure your camera software to its highest available frame rate. Aim for 60 frames per second to ensure smooth playback later. In automatic mode, your camera's autofocus will pulse and search for the subject during lateral movement, which ruins the shot. Override this with a sustained press on the subject on your screen. Hold until the AEAF lock banner appears to fix focus. Finally, drag the exposure slider down manually, ensuring ambient shadows remain deep and consistent throughout the recording. Overriding these internal automated systems is the only way to guarantee the visual doesn't shift while the phone is in motion. To stabilize the shot, anchor the bottom edge of your phone flush against the rigid surface of the desk. Press record and slowly pull the edge of the fabric. Move at a constant velocity, keeping the path perfectly parallel to the camera lens. The desk surface neutralizes vertical microjitters, while the fabric serves as a smooth lateral friction slider. Bring the footage into your editing timeline. Use the trim markers to isolate only the cleanest segment of motion, cutting out the initial acceleration and the final stop. Apply temporal distortion by reducing the playback speed of this isolated clip to 50%. Combining physical friction dampening with this speed reduction mathematically conceals any minor inconsistencies in the raw footage. Reviewing the final result, the manual movement and the fabric slider have produced a sequence that replicates the look of a professional motorized slider. You can apply this same framework to any small, textured subject, from tech gadgets to sunglasses. Use this technical checklist as a default strategy whenever you need a cinematic tracking shot on a limited budget. Mastering these specific technical parameters proves that precise control over your environment can produce professional results with the most basic tools.